This conference will now be recorded.
Okay guys, let's get started. So today we will do disaster and recovery. Disaster and recovery is what? It's basically, suppose your SCCM and your database server, both of them are deleted or crashed, let's say hardware failure on those computers, and you have to mm, get all your files and folders back, all the configuration back. So you need to do it using backup files. So first of all, you have to make sure the backup files are there. Okay, and once the suppose if the backup was taken last week, right, and today the SCCM and database server are deleted accidentally or purposely somehow, so you can use the backup file to restore everything. And once you restore everything, you will have everything as it is, as you had when the backup file was taken. Got it? Clear, guys?
Yes.
Arfat, are you logged into the servers now?
No, Kashyap.
Arfat?
No.
Okay, so would you log in now, because we will be doing the backup restore on your uh, SCCM server.
Okay, I can do that one. Please
I'm
take your
gonna
time.
make you presenter. Huh? Okay, fine. So for example, in the meantime, Arfat, you log into your servers, SCCM and database server. Now I'm gonna show you, suppose my SCCM server is, let me just, okay, so if I go to this administration, and inside administration, I'll go to site configuration and sites. And inside sites, you have a primary site. I'm gonna right click and go to site maintenance. And the first one, which says backup site server, currently it is not enabled, but you have to make sure this is enabled, so that it will keep on taking the backup on a regular basis. So I have already shown that to you, how this backup is taken. Now if you, I'm gonna go to domain controller, and I think I have the old backup here in C drive and SCCM and database backup. You see, this is taken on 26th of August, like 2 months, almost like 1.5 months back. We had taken the backup of SCCM and database. So these are the backup files. The first file is cd.latest. This is an installer file. Using this, I can reinstall SCCM. The second one is a database file. This is your database. And the third one is your SCCM site configuration file. Now to take, and if there is a log file, double click on that and see when was the backup taken. So backup completed on this one, Monday, 26th of August at so and so date and time, So backup completed on 26th of August, and this is a healthy backup. I don't see any error message. So if suppose my SCCM and database servers are crashed, and I am gonna use this backup files. So whatever I had on 26th of August, everything will be restored. Whatever the changes I have done after 26th of August till today, I won't be able to get them because I don't have the latest backup. Understood, guys? You guys following?
Yes.
Bakhtiyar, Iqbal?
Yes.
So the backup is very crucial in production environment, because if you don't have backup and something goes wrong, you will have to end up doing all the things from scratch. So
So Kashif, this is
hmm,
the full backup, right? So let's say if we
hmm,
take a backup every day and we know that
hmm,
last backup there was some problem with the last backup. So can we take
hmm.
the one that was before, like the 2 days before then the latest backup?
Normally what we do, once the backup is taken, suppose today this backup is taken, right? So the job of a SCCM administrator is to copy this backup and put it on somewhere else. Got it? With the
Yep.
date and time, so that
Okay.
the new backup, if, as you said, the new backup has some issue, but the last backup, if you don't copy the last backup, then you will not get it, because when the backup is taken, SCCM deletes the existing file and put the new file here.
Okay.
The whole file will be deleted from here. So basically it cleans up the folder first and then put the new file.
Got
But
it.
normally the backup is taken successfully. In case if backup is failed, then only you get a alert in SCCM that the last backup was failed or something, and then you have to come to the you need to fix and troubleshoot and fix it. Normally it does not happen. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Arfat, are you logged into the servers? Arfat, you there?
Yes, Kashif, is restarting right now.
Okay, I'm gonna make you presenter, so share your screen. Okay, did you take the backup, Arfat?
No.
No. Okay, that was one of the assignments. Okay, no worries. Um, can you give me control?
Yes. Just a moment.
Yeah, give me control, please. Okay, so have you restarted database already?
I just restarted database in SCCM.
Okay, fine. I'll just verify whether we have taken the backup in this computer or not. Now, in companies, normally what we do, we take a snapshot of the computers. Snapshot is like, every day we suppose the computer is on VMware or Hyper-V, we take a snapshot on daily basis, or probably once in a week, so that in case something goes wrong, we can come back to the previous snapshot. Okay, backup is not there. Okay, so let's take the backup and then we will do disaster, delete the servers. So this is SCCM server, and I'm gonna go to the console here. Now, while it is launching the console, let me go to domain and create one folder. I'm gonna save my backup files in domain controller because I will delete database and SCCM. So my backup files should be present here. So let me just create a folder called SCCM and DB backup. That's the folder name, but this folder has to be a shared folder so that we can access it from a different computer on the network, not a local path. So we have to make it, right click on this and choose share with specific people, everyone, add, and that's gonna be read write permission, because database and SCCM server, both of them will be dumping files here. So we have to give permission. So now it's a shared path. So we can access this path from any other computer as well, because we have shared this. You see, if I just do / domain from any computer, I will be able to access this SCCM and DB backup. This is the folder where backup files will be saved. So let me go back to Windows. Okay. Okay, so now to take backup of SCCM and database, I need to go to SCCM server and full screen, and I need to go to administration. And inside administration, I'll have to go to site configuration and then servers and site system roles. Sorry, sites, this one. So I have a primary site and everything is working fine. I need to take the backup, right click on this and choose site maintenance. And currently the backup is not yet enabled. I'm gonna click on edit and enable this task and set path, the location where the backup file will be saved on a network path, and you need to give the path here, domain / SCCM and DB backup. This is the folder where backup files will be saved, guys. So I'm gonna click on OK. Now, when would you like to take backup? Right now the time is 1:12 a.m. So let's do 1:13. After like 1 minute from now, instead of 1, 2, 13. Between 1 hour, backup should be taken. Let's see. 1 a.m. to 1:13 a.m. to 2:13 a.m. So after 1 minute from now, it should start backup. Otherwise, if backup is not started, that means SCCM is busy doing something. So there is a service in SCCM, services.msc. Backup started or what? You see, backup started. It has started taking the backup, and the folder has is created, SEA backup, and inside that it has started copying the database. You see, nothing is there, but it will copy the database file. So probably within few minutes from now, you should be able to see you see database file now. You should be able to see the backup files. And there is a service in this services, SMS backup, SMS side backup, I think. And that is running. Why it is running? Because we have given the time 1:13 a.m. to 2:13 a.m. So on daily basis, it will do this backup task. This service will get started and take the backup, and then the service will get closed. Are you guys following? I have already taken this session, how to take backup. You see, it is copying the SCCM configuration files, and in this folder it is copying the database file. So both the SCCM server and database server, both of them are dumping files in this folder now. Is the Azure subscription getting expired tomorrow?
I believe so.
Okay, that's not a problem. When Azure is expired, let me just share my screen and let you know what you have to do.
So Kashyapai, what about there is some still credit in there?
So that will go away.
Okay.
You cannot transfer to your bank account.
Nah, I'm not talking about that.
Okay, let me just share my screen and show you what you have to do. Now, when you are when the Azure subscription is expired, you need to go to this portal. This is Microsoft Hands-on Lab. Okay, I will share the link with you guys. Let me just copy this link and send that to you on the chat window. That is Microsoft Hands-on Lab. Okay, and in that there are somewhere around 160, you see 160 hands-on lab ready-made labs available. Okay, so you need to type in the search box, type in configuration manager. There is only one lab, you see, getting started with co-management and system center, configuration manager, and Intune. You choose launch. I have already launched it. When you click on launch, it will ask you for username and password. You need to give your any email account, any Microsoft email account like Outlook or Live account, anything of your choice. So that is going to let you access for 120 minutes. Whenever you open, you will be able to use that lab for 120 minutes. That's the limitation, but I see it's a great resource. When you launch it, it will take you to this one. Okay, and you have resources at the right hand side. You see resources, and I see there are 4 resources. CON-CM01, that's your SCCM server. This is the username and password. Okay, for this computer. So in order to log into this computer, you just have to click on password, and that password is typed here. You need to click on arrow, and that's how you log in to the computer. And there is a console here pinned in the taskbar. You click on this console, and that will the console will get launched. One there is another server, that is domain controller. This one is domain controller. So there are 4 computers in this lab. As you see, CM01, DC01, and CL01. That's the client computer. Okay, and MP01. 3 server and 1 client computer. Start. You need to start it. Okay. If it is not started, you need to click on start. Are you guys following or not?
Just
Nusrat?
following.
So this is a great resource. You can use this for 120 minutes. At the right hand side, you see the remaining time, 1 hour 28 minutes. So that is the remaining time, and you can use this for that that time, and later on this lab will get closed. You will have to relaunch the lab again, and again you will get 120 minutes. Got it?
What is MP?
MP is management point. What they have done is they have installed the SQL and SCCM on the same server. So on this server we have a SQL database plus SCCM primary side both. And MP is the management point. They have given the management point on a different server. I'll show you. If you go to sites and servers and site system roles. Now this is your SCCM primary site server. And if you scroll down, you see it has the database as well. Like what we did, we had installed database separately, but they have clubbed them together. Database and primary side, both of them are on the same server. And management point, they have kept it on a different server, as you see. Management point. Got it?
Okay.
So that is the MP. And if you go to asset and compliance and devices, I think you have all the, all these computers are there. They will come as green in few seconds. The client 01, that's a Windows 10 computer. CM01, config manager. The primary side, DC, domain controller, and MP, that's the management point server. And you can do everything, whatever you want to do, you can do it. This is the latest version, I think. If you click on about configuration manager, it is 1906. That's the latest one. We are using what? I think we are using 1706 or 1806. I'm not sure what if you guys have upgraded or not, but we are using the old one, not 1906. Okay. So you can use this for application deployment, for patch deployment, for operating system deployment. And there is, I think we have the ISO file somewhere. No? Okay. Application. Okay, these are the applications which are already downloaded here in this computer in G source application Microsoft. So you can use these like Office 365. You can try deploying Office 365, remote desktop connection manager. Or if you want to download something, you can download from internet and use that one. Clear, guys? Any question? Any question, guys? Or all good?
No, we're good.
So you can use this one after your Azure subscription is expired. I have already sent you the link on WhatsApp. So start using this one, do all the practical assignment, everything. And whenever you open, you will be able to access for 2 hours. That's the limitation. Okay, now let me go back to Arfat's computer. Looks like I hope the backup is taken successfully. Looks like backup is taken successfully. If I go down, I see backup completed October 9th, right? At 1:23. So it took around 10 minutes to take the backup. All good, guys?
Yes.
Bakhtiyar,
Yes.
Arfad. Okay. Now you see this backup is saved where? We always save backup on a different computer, not on the database and SCCM. So we have saved the backup file on domain controller. So even if database and SCCM is deleted, our backup file will stay, right? So this is on domain controller. So now let's do one thing. Can you go to Azure portal, please? Now, what I'm gonna do is I will choose this one and choose delete and say yes and click on delete. So database and SCCM, both of them are deleted now. This is the disaster now. Previously we had taken the backup. Now we are doing disaster and we will have to restore all the settings back. So we will use the backup files to restore all our configuration and all the whatever the settings we have done so far in SCCM. Everything should come as it is. Now you remember, guys, we had taken a snapshot of the computer. I think we did not do it with you guys, but I did with this one, Arfat. So if you go to snapshot, I will show you when the snapshot was taken. The snapshot was taken on 17th of September. Got it? So on 17th of September, we had captured the computer state, database, and SCCM. So after doing all the prerequisite, we had captured the computer state. So if we use these snapshots, we don't have to install all the prerequisite. Otherwise, you can start from fresh, like setting up a new computer, installing all the prerequisite, and then use the backup file to restore. I'm going to use these two snapshots because if I use these two snapshots, I don't have to do all the prerequisite which I had done before installation of SCCM. Got it? Are you guys following or not?
Yes, fine.
So what happened? The computers are deleted, right? So where is the virtual machine? You're taking the mouse. Okay, so you see, I just deleted SCCM and database, and I will not be able to access them. You see, database is also not accessible and SCCM is also not accessible because both of them are deleted. Now, either you create new server altogether and do all the prerequisite, or you use the server which already has the prerequisite. So I'm going to use the server which already has the prerequisite, so I don't have to install all of them again. Now let me rebuild the computer. I'm going to go to disk and click on add, and choose the resource group rg_sea, and the disk name. Let's say this is going to be database. This is the hard drive I'm creating out of the snapshot we have taken, right? So I'm going to create a new hard drive and the name is database. And source type, either you create a blank hard drive, or you choose a snapshot here. I'm going to choose the snapshot, and in the drop down I'm going to choose the DB because it's a database. So database snapshot, and choose this review plus create, and click on create. So we have used database snapshot to create a hard drive. Now I'll go back to disk again and choose add, and I'm gonna choose the resource group as rg_sea, and the disk name is SCCM. That's the second disk, and the source type snapshot, and choose the snapshot SCCM after all prerequisite, and click on review plus create. So let me just open Notepad and guide you guys. So first thing first, what we have done is we have taken backup of SCCM and DB configuration. It's not server backup. Understand guys, it's not the server backup we have taken. We have taken the configuration backup, SCCM and database configuration backup. Then what we did, we delete SCCM and DB server. So this is first is the backup, second is disaster. Okay. Now the third thing what we did, we create hard disk using snapshot. So we created two hard disks. One is for database, another one is for SCCM using snapshot. Okay. The benefit of creating disk using a snapshot is we don't have to install the prerequisite. It will have the prerequisite. Either you create a new system altogether, like a fresh computer, and do all the prerequisite, or you choose the computer which already has the prerequisite. That's the reason I have chosen the snapshot. Now we have to create virtual machine with same old name. Now we have to create virtual machines with same old name, whatever the name we had before, because we have already deleted SCCM and database server. Now we are reinstalling, rebuilding a new server. So let's go back to disk, and you will see this database and SCCM. There are two disks we just added. These are the hard drive, database hard drive and SCCM hard drive, and I'm gonna use these hard drive to create new servers. So let's go to database and choose create VM. So I'm gonna create a VM, and the name, same old name. What was the name before? Database, right? And we are going to choose select size. We will use the size as 1 CPU and 3.5 This one CPU and 3.5 GB RAM. Okay, and then click on select. What happened? It's not clickable. Okay, one CPU and 3.5 RAM we have selected. And if you go down, I need to connect this computer remotely, so I'm gonna choose RDP so that I can remote into this computer. And what else? The same name, database. We had the old name of the computer was database. That's the reason I'm using database. And I have given one CPU and 3.5 GB RAM and RDP to connect it remotely, and then review plus create. And click on create. Now the database server is getting ready. While it is getting ready, I'm going to add this one, SCCM server. So let's wait for a few seconds. Now I'm going to go to disk again and choose SCCM and create virtual machine. And the name of this virtual machine, same as before. What was the name before? SCCM PS, right? So we have to give the exact same name as we had before, the old name. And select size. I'm gonna choose one CPU and 3.5 RAM and select. And remote def to connect this computer remotely, I'm gonna choose this RDP port. What else? Nothing. Let's click on review plus create. And create. You see what I have done is point number 5 is okay, create virtual machines with same old name. So I have created database. The new machine name is what? Database and SCCM PS. Same old name we have taken. Whatever the previous name was there, we have given the same name of those computers. And now we have to remote into the computers and start using the backup files to restore everything. So any questions so far? Anyone on the steps what we have done so far? Iqbal, Bakhtiar, Arfad, Nusrat, Srinivas.
No.
You understood the concept? What this is snapshot concept you understood, guys? Iqbal?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, Kazibhai.
Okay, so let's see whether we are able to log into these computers or not. Let me go back to virtual machine again. And you see the computers are showing up now, SCCM PS and database. So let me click on database. It will have a new IP address because it's a new computer, a fresh new computer. And I'm gonna click on this IP address and make it static because it is a new computer, so the configuration are changed. So save it. So I just chose as I have chosen static instead of dynamic. Let me go back to this, and the old IP address, I'm gonna delete the go to properties and delete the old IP address and put the new IP address. Oh, I did not copy. Let me go back and copy again. Looks like I did not copy. This is the new IP address of the computer. Since it's a new computer, the IP is different. So let's delete the old IP and put the new IP. This is a new IP address. Got it? Now, similarly, we have to go back to the Azure portal again and go to virtual machine and copy the new IP address for SCCM for the new server. Copy this IP address. This is a new IP and make it static so that it should not change. Save it. So this is the old IP address. I'm gonna remove the old IP and put the new IP address and click on OK. Once you have done that, you click on File and Save so that the configurations are saved here. All good, guys, so far? Since the computer was rebuilt, we got the new IP address. The old one is already deleted. Okay.
Yes.
Now let's connect back. Very good. It is connecting. And I'm going to connect to SCCM. So these are the two computers where all the prerequisites are already done. You know, because I had taken the snapshot on 17th of September and I have taken the snapshot after doing all the prerequisites. So I don't have to install all the prerequisites. That's the only benefit of a snapshot. Otherwise, you will have to, you know, do the installation of all the prerequisite one by one. So as you see in the database, you will see the SQL server is already there. Let me just full screen. You will see SQL Server. They are already installed, but you won't find SCCM database because we have not installed SCCM yet. I had taken the snapshot before installing SCCM. Got it? It's taking some time. Let me just restart this. Let me just go to SCCM. You see, this is SCCM server, but you won't find your SCCM there because we had taken the snapshot after doing the prerequisite. So I'm gonna go to start. You see, you will not find SCCM here. It's a the computer where all prerequisites are done, but not SCCM. So let me just restart this computer as well. So now we had removed the old IP address and put the new IP address. Now we are going to log into these computers, connect group. So whatever the configuration we had when the backup file was taken, everything will be restored. Now let me go to SCCM server and full screen. Now just consider that this is a new server and we have done all the prerequisite. We have installed all the prerequisite, whatever prerequisites are needed for SCCM. Now let's restore our SCCM and database. So let's go to run / where is our backup files? That is on domain / domain, and you should be able to see this is our backup file, SCCM and DB backup. So let's double click on that and choose SEA backup and double click on this cd.latest and double click on splash. So this is the installer I'm using from the backup files itself. So whatever I had in the backup files, everything will be restored. Let's click on this. Okay, one more time splash. Let's click on this green arrow and choose. Okay, what happened? Let me just close this. Okay, let me click on install. And say yes. And choose yes. Now this time what we are gonna choose? Which option we will choose, guys? Any idea?
Recover site.
Very
Recover
good.
site.
Very good.
What's
Recover
that?
a site. So I'm gonna choose recover a site. First time we had chosen install a config manager, the first one. But now we are restoring everything. So recover a site, next. And the location where the backup files are saved. So our backup files are saved in domain controller. So / domain / hit enter. SCCM DB backup and SEA backup. This is our backup files. So I'm going to copy this and paste it here. Now, in case if your database was not impacted, suppose database was not touched, nothing happened with database, right? Well, that was unaffected. Then you choose this skip database, right? But we have deleted both of them, right? So I'm going to recover the database and SCCM both. So I have given the same path, the backup path on SCCM for SCCM and database. Below is for database, the upper one is for SCCM. Then next. So by default, it has understood that it's a primary site server. I'm gonna go next. I still don't have the license key. I'm gonna use the evaluation. Next. I'll accept the license terms and condition. And next. Now I had already downloaded the language pack. You remember we had downloaded the language pack while installing. That was downloaded on the desktop. So I'm going to use the same file. Instead of downloading new, I'm going to use the already downloaded, use previously downloaded files, and that is located on the desktop. Let's click on browse and choose language. Next. So it already has the previously downloaded language packs. So if SCCM is deleted, then you don't have to worry about it. You can use this method to restore. But in companies, we take snapshot on daily basis. So you don't have to do all these things. You just go back to the yesterday's snapshot. That's it. It's not moving. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it has taken the old configuration, guys. Whatever you had before, like the site code and the Southeast Asia primary site, the name of the site, and the location. If you want to change the location, you can change it. Like if you want to put it on D drive this time, you can put it on D drive. Console, it will install the console here on this computer. So I'm gonna leave that as it is. Next. Now the database name. If you have changed the database server name, you give the new server new name here. Since I have used the same name, so I'm gonna leave that as it is. Next. 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 And it's checking all the okay, W source, that's fine. W source is not there. That's okay. You see, everything is already there, the prerequisite. That's the reason I don't see any error message. WSOS warning, because WSOS is not installed here. That's the reason it is giving you a warning message. That's okay. So I just have to click on begin install. And now it's gonna take at least an hour, minimum 1 hour or maximum 2 hours to restore all the configuration back. Got it, everyone?
Yes.
Bakhtiar, Nusrat, Srinivas, clear?
Yes.
So we have completed log into new computers and start restoring using backup files. So we have done all these tasks today. Arfat, would you send this on WhatsApp in the group so that everyone knows what we did today? Any question in this? Anyone? Bakhtiar, do you have any question? Iqbal?
No.
No, I don't.
Iqbal, any question from your end?
No.
Arfat?
No question.
Okay, guys. So this is
Nusrat,
how we, huh?
Nusrat sent a question.
Sorry?
Nusrat, she sent a question.
Okay. Let me see. How many classes are left? There are 2 more classes. I need to show you the bare metal operating system deployment and endpoint protection. 3 more classes. This week we are finishing it off. Okay, Nusrat?
Also, are we gonna work with PowerShell as well?
Yes, PowerShell is also
Okay.
pending. That is the one task which I have to show that to you guys. I'll show you the PowerShell.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So that is how we do the disaster. Normally we don't do disaster like the restore. You know. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining the session. I hope the session was informative. We'll meet again same time tomorrow. Thanks. Bye-bye. Bye guys.
Bye.